South Sudan's government has actually said it is taking a painful decision because the country depends on oil money to fund more than 90% of the country's budget. So now the Ministry of Petroleum in South Sudan has written a letter that we've seen to the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum in Sudan, requesting the two companies that are responsible for one export of oil, that is a company known as Petco, Petroline for crude oil export, which says its facilities have been destroyed, and then another company known as Babco, which is responsible for operations of the companies in the oil sector, to provide a detailed plan of the shutdown. It is a long process, it is a complicated process. The equipment used in the oil sector are very expensive, and you need to follow the right procedure so that when in future you want to resume production, you are not in a lot of problems. So now the government is saying it's waiting for that plan, then it will also begin shutting down the oil production. And this oil production had been shut down for 14 months. This was just a resumption, and now it is being shut down again. The economy of this country depends largely on oil money. And for the past 14 months, when oil was not being produced, the civil servants here have gone for a year without pay. The payment of salaries only resumed in February this year. So that tells you if civil servants cannot be paid, these are the basic. This is what in this country we call Chapter 1. It's the first priority of the government to pay its civil servants. But civil servants could not be paid for a year. Let alone that, there is no capital investment, no infrastructure being developed, no institutional development, because there is no money to run the economy. So the impact on the economy is going to be huge. Remember, this government in this country is a government brought by a peace agreement, is an overgrown government with 38 ministers, 9 deputy ministers, and so forth, a huge cabinet, 5 vice presidents. They need funds to run. Besides the security sector that needs to be reformed, we have a very huge number of people in the military that needs retrenchment and so forth. All these reforms need money. So the impact of the oil shutdown is going to be negative in this country.